Okay, so for the Sunday games, we're starting off with the battle for the hearts of Ohio. You've got the Browns going up against the Bengals. Sorry you guys don't have a puppy yet. Either way, Baker Mayfield is the hope of Cleveland. They were very sad when LeBron left, and they have a new player to really rally around. It seems that Mayfield is the real deal. And you're hearing it from his coach. I understand he's the second coach this year. But Williams is going on record saying that, yeah, Mayfield, he's the real deal. So when you have one of the better defensive coaches the league has seen in the past 20 years saying that your quarterback is for real, he's for real, okay? They have other strong offensive talent. So they have Jarvis Landry, they have Nick Chubb. So it's not like it's a one-trick pony on the offensive side of the ball. The blocking has been pretty good for Mayfield up front. I say that relatively because blocking in general is bad in the NFL right now. But, yeah, he's getting about as good as anybody is right now. And with the running game from Nick Chubb, that's been superb since they got rid of Hugh Jackson. Yeah, he gets all the support he needs. He spreads the ball well. He throws the ball with accuracy, good ball placement. He's a rookie. He makes mistakes, but he's not making as many mistakes as the other rookie quarterbacks. Weird how they drafted him 1 overall. I get it, he's short, but that's not going to matter in the long run. Drew Brees has shown everybody in the league that you don't have to be 6'7" to play quarterback. You just have to know how to play at your height. And Mayfield's doing that well. On the other side of things, man, I just picture the Benny Hill chase music playing at all times during Bengals practice sessions. Marvin Lewis should have been fired a decade ago. They hire cast-off Hugh Jackson, and somehow that got worse since he's been there. Now, I get it. They've had injuries, serious ones. I mean, A.J. Green, Andy Dalton. I mean, your number 1 and number 2 players on your offense, that's tough to come back from. So I don't blame the team for doing as bad as they are right now. But they were doing pretty bad before these guys went down. Their defense is seriously lacking talent. Their linebackers are, I'm sure, picked up at the bus shelter every other morning. They're just, you don't have real talent there. It's just insert player A, B, and C, and have them stand relative to the line of scrimmage in a couple of different areas. You don't notice their play. The defensive line, was good. I mean, you had Dunlop in there doing really well at the beginning of the season, but they're not enough. And the defensive secondary, they got some talent. But yeah, it's just a big ball of not enough. And that's everywhere that you can point to in the Bengals organization as a whole. Point to a position group. Point to a coaching situation. Point to the ownership. Point to the general management. You can tell there's effort, but not enough. So, I'm sorry, Bengals fans. My heart really goes out to you. I'm a Bills fan. I know what it's like having a franchise be perpetually bad for decades. But you're in for more of that. Andy Dalton is as good as he's going to get at this point. And he's gotten you to the playoffs, but he's not getting you any further. A.J. Green is going to start to slide. Talents like his don't stay at the peak forever. So it's a matter of when he starts to slide. Is it going to be after this injury? Probably. Anything in the lower body is a big problem for a wide receiver. You've seen really good receiving talent. I understand he's a tight end, but Greg Olsen struggle with injuries in and out of the lineup, nagging ankle that he's got over there. So you're kind of hoping that a situation like that doesn't develop with A.J. Green. He's not always injured. He's not one of those players. So hopefully he doesn't become one of those players because he is getting older, and that's how things tend to go. You have Joe Mixon. Great. Other teams can just line up and key in on him. You have Boyd. Great. Who's throwing to him? You're not going to get the same game you got last week every week because you're not going to play the Raiders every week. All right? Beating the Raiders when you're also really bad, it's like that South Park episode with the cripple fight. It's not good to watch. Nobody wins that game, okay? Nobody. You have a bad team lumping up on a bad team. The only thing that really matters in the end of that game is draft position. So take advantage of the better draft position that the Browns are about to give you and get a quarterback or somebody to block for them, or maybe a linebacker, that somebody can remember the name of. And by the way, really, it's time to move on from the coach. I mean, everybody agrees outside of Cincinnati. So, yeah, work on that, guys.